team planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM. You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340. WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville. Fanrun Radio.
Are you or are you not pumped? That's the question today. Are you or are you not Jack? Are you ready to roll? Are you geeked? Are you jazzed? Are you pumped? Tony Basilio welcoming you to the Wednesday transmission. It's the Wednesday edition. Dr. Sean Sinclair's in the house with me today. The great Brian Hartman's in the house as well. And the question is, how fired up, focused, and prepared are you today? The other question is, where's my ice for my back? Cinco! Buenos dias, amigo! How fired up are you right now?
Buenos dias, Antonio.
Yo soy Antonio. How fired up are you, Sink, right now, buddy?
Well, I'm hitting about 8 right now.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's I'm on 8 with a rocket. Yep. So it's going up.
You know, Sink, they say this is reasons why you come to schools like this. That's what the guys down through the years have always said. And I think that's probably accurate. The thing that's going to be really interesting about this football season, Sean, is on paper it looked like Tennessee had kind of a cakewalk, and Watson Brown's going to join us here in a moment. Like their league schedule looked pretty easy, a few weeks back, and then we get 2 weeks into league play, and all of a sudden it looks like some of these teams at the bottom of this deal can play. It looks like the SEC's got a, dare I say, very balanced, interesting conference this year. And Matt Dixon had a really good little stick yesterday, which is if Georgia gets beat in Neyland Stadium, that would mean that Texas, Georgia, Alabama, and Florida have all lost a game. And we're only midway through September if that happens. There's still a couple weeks left in September.
I hadn't thought of that. You talk about the preseason, looking at the schedule. While certainly Mississippi State and Arkansas, we kind of change the look and say, okay, well, that might be a little tougher.
Yeah.
And then you kind of look at Alabama and Florida and you go, well, wait a second. We typically go to those two house of horrors, and that may not be so bad. So it kind of levels out there. But it's exciting. As I mentioned last time about Arizona State, you go to Starkville, you're just going to take a butt whipping. It doesn't. You may win, but you're going to take a butt whipping.
Yep.
And Arizona State did. Yep. And the congrats to Comrade Golish.
Yep.
I was, when that field goal went through, I couldn't have been more happier for him.
Yep.
And then Bino said earlier in the week, if not last week, but I think it was earlier in this week, he said that, this third week of the season's always been the, what are you?
Yep.
With the Auburn, Florida, and Georgia. And I've listened to you intently this week and some of the other folks. And I agree. I think that through the first 2 weeks, I don't know what I can make of Tennessee, honestly. The Syracuse game threw me a little bit this past weekend. And then Georgia, I've dug a little deeper into the last 4 years with Georgia, and the Georgia we will see this weekend has not even shown up the past 2 weeks.
And Watson
I believe
Brown,
you are exactly right.
Watson Brown's going to join us on the other side and kind of elaborate on what Tennessee needs to do, because we pulled the aperture back a little further and went back and looked at Heupel in his time at Missouri. And you remember when they had Drew Lock, and I think they came in here one year, Bry, if memory serves, and put like 700 yards of total offense on us. Did they not? The year they had Drew Lock, and because he was there for a couple seasons, Heupel was. And I mean, they were flying high, Bry, if you remember that. I mean, they were at
I think that
way
was
altitude.
2016 or 2017. Tennessee won one of those games where they scored a bunch of points and had a bunch of yards, and they got boat raced in the other one.
Why? Laura's making me turn my ring light down a little bit. Why? Do I look bright on television? I can give you a little, here you go. How's that? How's that hue? I mean, good gosh, man. Some people are never happy. I mean, do I look green on YouTube, sweetie, or am I seeing things? I don't want to turn green on YouTube. Am I green? Okay, I look interesting, she's telling me. What, can you adjust the color inside that thing? What's going on with your camera? Because look over here. Look what I look like on the Twitter X.
I don't know what she's talking about. That green shirt and the orange overshirt are magic to my eyes.
I mean, I look like a green goblin. Better? Goodness gracious. Some people are never happy. Sorry for caring, she said. Oh, boy. It's going to be a long day, Cinco. When you get a sorry for caring at, 5 minutes into your show, going to be a long one. Going to be a long one. Dating back to the Missouri days with Josh Heupel, going against Kirby Smart, he's averaging 18.6 points per game. You're not going to win doing that. Now, the question that I want to ask Watson Brown is, because I've shared that with Watson, what is it about Heupel versus Kirby that Kirby kind of has his number? Even years where it's going great guns. When we were down there, when we looked like an absolute juggernaut and just had kind of a miserable day, and it's just very interesting. They take stuff away from us. Can we get it back this weekend? Because we know what they want to take away. They're going to take away the deep ball. They're going to make you execute underneath. Can the Vols do that? Is this a weekend where, because the quarterback that plays best, we can be, you can boil down games down to skill players. And really, these games are won at the line of scrimmage. They always have been. They always have been. But this might be a game where the quarterback that plays the best, because those intangibles, Cinco, that Neyland Stadium thing, if you let the Vols grow into that game, that could turn into a magical environment. If you could leave the first quarter either in the game or with a lead, you could turn that thing into a magical environment, Sean.
It could be. Unfortunately, if you look back over the past 4 years,
yep,
the Heupel's been here. The two biggest spreads at the end of the game have been the two games here in Neyland. 41-17 in 21 and 38-10 in 23. When we've played at Athens, we've kept the game within 2 touchdowns.
It's pretty interesting. I wonder
why
that
is. And a couple things that they do real quick is, they're in those 4 games, they have 18 sacks. They're averaging over 4.5 sacks a game against us. That's tough.
Wow.
And you said, what do they do? What do they do best? Well, they just have NFL talent where they only have to rush 3 or 4 to stalemate your offensive line. Their NFL cornerbacks make it hard for you to get off the line. They sack the cornerback, and then the safeties and linebackers can just roam. And on offense, the really thing that is tough for me to watch a lot of times against Georgia is people make fun of Mike Bobo, but you watch in the past few years and this year, he consistently sends his tight ends and his running backs on crossing routes.
Yes.
It just absolutely drives our linebackers and safeties crazy.
Yes. And our safety
and I know you have Brock Bowers, but they did it last year with the Delp kid.
Yes.
And they'll do it again this year. And if we don't tighten up the middle of the field, he's just going to terrorize us again with that.
And so somewhere in there as well, and I got to ask Watson about this, Tennessee's got to speed up at quarterback. Now, we went back and looked at it yesterday. He played really well in that playoff game. But the thing that he didn't do is the thing that Joey Aguilar gets dinged for, which is he had 2 costly fumbles. Now, he's a ball handler. He likes running with the ball. He was excellent, like 23 of 32 against a really good Notre Dame team. But real opportunity for the Vols. We get a brief timeout. We come back. The great Watson Brown joins. He's presented by our friends at Simpson's Meats. And we're going to cut it up on the other side right after this.
Are you searching for a great local coffee? I'm Billy with Grade A Grounds. You can buy our freshly roasted coffee online and support a good cause with every sip. Great coffee, greater causes. Visit our website today, gradeagrounds.com.
You got to dream about buying some land and building on that land. Well, Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true, Michael Scott. For hundreds in our area, custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. It's a way of life with Waterside Contracting. Check out the wonderful work Waterside does. WatersideContractingLLC.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true. Quality without compromising. Waterside Contracting. Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw, available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good. When it's time for your next move, you want to get your precious belongings from point A to point B with your peace of mind intact. That's why you need to call my friends at Gouffon Moving and Storage, East Tennessee's moving legend. Gouffon Moving and Storage has been helping East Tennesseans move since 1887. That's 138 years, 5 generations. That's even longer than the Dooley, Jones, and Pruitt era combined. Gouffon Moving and Storage, pro movers, serving Knoxville, surrounding areas, and interstate moves too, both residential and commercial. And we'll provide you with personalized service that other corporate movers simply cannot. We know how to move all types of items. We pay careful attention to our clients' valuables. Your satisfaction as a customer is our absolute priority. As the oldest continually owned and operated family moving business in the United States, when it's time for your next move, it's Gouffon Moving and Storage. And storage, it's secure and vaulted. Our newest offering of commercial storage logistics, we offer receiving, storage, and delivery services for all your business logistic needs. See more at Gouffon.com. That's Gouffon.com. Or check out the link at tclub.team. When it's time for your next move, East Tennessee's moving legend, Gouffon Moving and Storage.
Why limit great savings to just one weekend? This year, our Labor Day special lasts all month long. It's the September Smart Comfort event from Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. This month only, enjoy valuable home comfort upgrades at no extra cost when you install a new HVAC system or water heater to prepare your home for the colder months ahead. This September, you can get a free furnace upgrade with qualifying HVAC system installation or free sediment filter with water heater installation. Pipe Wrench is your partner for energy-efficient and cost-effective upgrades that keep your family comfortable and safe year-round. We make it easy with free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. And if budgets are tight, we offer flexible payment plans including 0% financing with credit approval. No rush, no stress, just smart seasonal savings for HVAC or water heater installations until the end of September. Call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
Life never stops moving, and between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, weekly soccer practice, Tuesday night yoga, X number of coffee runs, and that weekend trip to grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up, a tire designed for doers, a tire that's going to last, like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety and comfort you expect, you can forget all about the miles ahead and focus on getting to your destination or conquering your to-do list. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. That's Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
Are you tired of hiding your smile because of crooked teeth? At Knoxville Smiles, we've got the perfect solution. Invisalign. No metal, no wires, just clear, comfortable aligners that straighten your teeth without anyone noticing. Eat what you want, smile with confidence, and see results in as little as 6 months. Call us today for more information about Invisalign, 865-539-1776. Or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. From Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham, they've stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. There are neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Let me tell you something. There are great segments that we do, and then there's Watson Brown. There are solid, salt-to-the-earth people in this world, and then there's Watson Brown. There are people that have been there and done that, and then there's the great Watson Brown, who joins us. It's a Wednesday with Watson, and he's presented by our friends at Simpson's Meats. And Watson, anytime you jump on here, you fire me up, you focus me, and you prepare me for what's ahead, and you prepare all of us for what's ahead. And I mean, Watson, let's face the facts here. The kids all say, and the coaches and everybody says at these press conferences, this is the reason why you come to one of these schools. You get an opportunity, Watson, to play in one of these games. Is this just another football game to Tennessee and Georgia? Or are these weeks, despite what these coaches say, or are these weeks different because we're all human beings, Watson?
No, they're different. You can say what you want to say. It is another game, and you're going to have more than one of these, and you know that. And I've always told you, the SEC, it's not playing Tennessee. It's playing Tennessee, then Florida, then Georgia, then Mississippi, then Alabama. That's what the SEC is. It's not one game. But these kind of games are different. And every school I've been at, I've had some of these games, and they're just different. I mean, they're just different. And you look forward to them. You're anxious. The practices, coaches don't have to say a word in these games. You don't. It's there. You feel it. You feel it on Tuesday. And then you can't wait till Saturday gets there. And then you play that one, and then you're going to, in the SEC, you're going to have about 3 of these a year. And I remember at Oklahoma, we had about 3 of them, and they're just different. That's just the way it is. And that's what, to me, makes college football. And Tony, let's never forget COVID and playing football games in an empty stadium.
Amen.
It was a different world, man. Don't tell me the fans and the atmosphere isn't what really makes all this. And you pull up on those buses and those rival games, and you see all the tailgating all around you, and all the orange or all the red if you're down in Athens. And then you go in and you can't hear for the next 4 hours. I mean, it's unbelievable what the fans mean to college football, especially in the South.
And Sean made a good point. That Georgia bunch under Kirby, they bring their A game under him now when they play in Neyland Stadium. I mean, Tennessee plays better in their building than the Vols play in their own building, which is in this series, which is kind of a strange thing. Let me ask you something. I sent you the number that we uncovered, which is dating back to now six games. Okay, dating back to when Missouri had Josh Heupel as their offensive coordinator. They had Drew Lock. Brian and I were just reminiscing. They came in here one day and put up like 700 yards of offense on Tennessee. I mean, it looked like a freaking track meet. Okay, like I was doing the show. I was like punch drunk. They scored so many points, and Watson,
you weren't very good in those days, though, Tony.
What is it? But what is it? Heupel only can muster 18 points per game over 6 games. So he's got history now with this guy.
Hey, go back and check. Everybody's played those boys. Ain't nobody mustering a whole bunch of points now. So I don't put much into that. I don't think it has anything to do with Josh against Georgia. It's everybody against Georgia lately. And Georgia's always been real good since Kirby's been there on that side of the ball. That's their game, and that's their bag. And so I'll bet you if you go back, it's been less than 18 points scored against him through all the games. It's less than that. So maybe y'all be patting Josh on the back. He got 18.7. They're good. They're very good. They have the most talent in the conference. They have had now for the last few years, and the only one close was Alabama. Texas looks like they are, but I'm not sure they are this year. But you got to beat Georgia. The one thing Kirby's teams do in the big games is they do not beat themselves. They don't. He to the point that some will get on him saying, "Oh, he's a little too conservative on offense." No, he's playing to the game. He's playing to exactly what he don't care if he wins by 40-7 or 10-7. He don't care. He just wants to win. And so I've always thought since he's been there, you got to beat them in the big games. They're not going to beat themselves.
How does Tennessee offensively, right? Because they have some new wrinkles now. You were talking about it last week. You were really impressed with stuff they did with Syracuse. Totally different. How does that translate in this game? How does that help the Vols? What do you think?
Well, here's the two pieces I see for Tennessee's offense. They have to run the ball solid because their passes need to come off of those runs where it's a run first, pass second, where that front isn't laying their ears back and coming after you. So they've got to run the ball solid, and they've got to beat man coverage. And it's going to be interesting to see if they can. They hadn't had that in the first 2 games. Syracuse was more of a zone team, and East Tennessee wasn't good enough. So this is the game. We got to see if these receivers can beat man coverage, whether it's off or press man. And that's going to be, in my opinion, the difference in the game. I think the quarterback will get it to the right spots, and he'll throw well. But I can't wait to see, because Georgia's going to come in and man them up. You'll see some zone. I'm not saying that. There's going to be some zone play. But at the critical times, Georgia's going to get in your face and try to cover you and put as much pressure as they can on you with 4 and at the most 5. But watch it. That's the two pieces in this game. Can Tennessee run it well enough to throw on early downs where Georgia's thinking run or pass, but it's not a laid back come after you down where it's a passing down? And can the Tennessee receivers show they can beat man coverage this week?
It's a Wednesday with Watson Brown. We're presented by our friends at Simpson's Meats. We're fired up, we're focused, and we're prepared today. And Watson says you're going to get one-on-one and, have the receivers taken enough of the step that when they get in the squared circle in this game, because you're not playing ETSU and you're not playing Syracuse, and the windows are going to be smaller, and you're going to have to get off your man, show your ball skills, complete plays, make plays against a defense that's going to dare you to execute. Watson, they brought into the deal this 2 high safety, sometimes 3 when they're playing Tennessee, and then they leave those corners alone. And then they kind of. But what they really do is they control the line of scrimmage 3-on-5. That's how they get away with it. That defensive line.
That was against Josh's stuff last year.
Can they do it this year? Can they do it?
Well, they're gonna when Josh gets in some of those looks, they're gonna play it the same way because they were successful at it. They're not gonna change. But I don't think that's what you're gonna see. I think you'll see a mix of that. But I don't think that's gonna be the plan, is to just all day long be spread out like Tennessee's done the last few years. I just don't believe they're gonna do that. I think they're gonna line up. You saw the other day they had much tighter splits.
Yep.
I'm anxious to see if the thing I told y'all at the end of last year, I said I think Josh needs to be able to find some pick routes. He needs to get some man routes stuck in his offense. Well, he's now in sets to where he can do that. I'm anxious to see if we see those crossing pick routes and stuff like that to beat some of the man principle stuff. But I think you're going to see him line up in those 2 tight ends and see what he can do. The other day, 2 or 3 times, they lined up with 2 tight ends. They were both in slots on both sides of the tackles, a tailback in the I formation deep behind the quarterback. They blocked everybody and ran 2-man routes. Well, the long post touchdown was a 2-man route, and everybody else blocked. So he had a bunch of blockers right there. He had 8 people, so they weren't going to get to the quarterback. That's what I'm talking about, that I think if he can run it well enough and then make those kind of throws, you're going to see a lot of the quick throws to Saturday. You're going to see the hitch fade off of press or off and slants. You're going to see that. And you'll see a few bubbles like he always does. You're going to see that. But you're going to see the ball thrown down the field. And if it's single coverage, there won't be a lot of post routes, but there are going to be a lot of fade routes. And I'm anxious to see if Tennessee can win those battles, because very few do. When Georgia's into a big game and they're playing good, they pressure the quarterback and they eat you up on the outside with better talent. And I think that's going to be the offensive deal. I really believe the quarterback's going to play good. I don't think it's going to be on him. I think it's going to be on protecting him, running it well enough to be able to throw it when they don't think it's past time, and then receivers making plays for him, including tight ends. Watch the tight ends this week.
It's a beef brand built on quality. I'll remind you, Watson told you first couple weeks, don't discount the fact that the tight ends have been involved, because Watson told us when it gets real, you got to use those guys in games like this.
Yes.
And it's going to be incumbent upon the quarterback, because it's like a safety blanket for him. The windows are going to get smaller. Hey, this will be the toughest competition Aguilar's ever gone against. I mean, these guys are super fast. You've got to make quick decisions, get it out like you talk about, and try to stay ahead of the sticks, right? That's kind of the deal here.
I just think Georgia's so good when they get you behind the sticks.
Oh, you're in trouble.
I just think they're so good. They've always had the great pass rushes and not afraid to bring 5 because they believe in their secondary coverage. And, and when you bring 5, you've got a single safety and everybody else is manned up, and they believe in it. So you've got to do well on early downs against these guys, especially. More than anybody in the league, I say that in this game.
The Great Watson Brown, presented by our friends at Simpson's Meats. Say it loud, say it proud. Sam Bruce, Yoshihiho, and my friends there. We're talking about a place at Simpson's Meats. They raise and source their meat from farms that are on pasture on purpose, as they comfortably continue a tradition they began in 1888 on the great Jim Simpson's family farm. I'm talking about 6 generations, ladies and germs, boys and girls, children of all ages. I'm talking about steaks and burgers and sausages and roast and chicken. And I'm talking about a variety of local offerings at their butcher shop. I'm talking about, you want to treat yourself during Georgia Week? You want to do something nice, right for yourself? Stop out, check out in West Knoxville off Level Road, their market that they have, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Also, if you want to go online to simpsonsmeats.com. You can order what you want to order anywhere in the world, get it. Several folks have. I've had people reach out to me and say, oh, Basilio, I didn't believe you, but when Watson started talking about it, I mean, my gosh. simpsonsmeats.com. Half and quarter cows are available as well. And let me bring in, without further ado, simpsonsmeats.com. Sean Sinclair, get in here with the great Watson Brown. Break it down scientifically, Sean. Let's go.
Coach, thanks again for hanging out with us today. I got a question and then an observation that may actually be a complaint about refs. But anyway, the first one, I know we haven't played anybody, and it's no offense to them, but I wanted your impressions on the fact that our offense, regardless of the quarterback, regardless of the first, second, or freshman, looked very efficient, looked purposeful, not a whole lot of procedure penalties, not a whole lot of penalties, period, in 2 games. We're running with tempo, all 3 quarterbacks, even the true freshmen out there with linemen. That has really made me feel happy watching this. I'd like your impression of that. And second of all, it started with Alabama with Nick Saban, and I and it's sour grapes or complain, whatever, but it is my observation that their cornerbacks get a lot more handsy than other people are allowed to, and Georgia does the same. You watch the game this week, and I guarantee you they will get away with more holding, et cetera, and Alabama did too. And I just wonder, from a coach's point of view, you didn't have those same kind of opportunities that Kirby did, unfortunately. But did you notice that as a coach? Do referees sometimes make assumptions that they've got better players, so they must not be holding them? It must not be a penalty.
Come on, Watson. Be honest here. There are haves and have-nots in this league, and the haves get the whistles. Come on now.
I had to show class when I coached, but I'm telling you, now that I'm out,
we're all humans.
I mean, I can't tell you how many close games I lost with a play where I thought the DB just absolutely mauled us. And then when the same play happened in the fourth quarter, when it was my guy doing it, out came the flag. I mean, no, I do think that, and I don't know why that is, but I do think it seems like the better teams, and maybe the DB is in position better than mine was. I don't know, but I always felt that way. I just always felt that way. And when you get away with your hands and you're praying press man, and they let you get away with your hands, whether it's a slight tug on the shirt or whether it's hands on the outside as he's trying to get released, and all the things that they say are illegal, when they get to do that, it just doubles their ability. It doubles their ability. And so watch it Saturday. Both teams, Tennessee is a man-free team, some too. And I'm anxious to watch how that's called in this game, because I think that's such a big deal, man.
Hey, guys,
is such a big deal.
Am I seeing things, or are they starting to let a lot of that go in college ball? You know, the scoring when these teams, when you get equal teams on the field, and I'm thinking about the Ohio State-Texas game here. I'm thinking some of these signature matchups we've seen. The scores are down. The Clemson LSU game, and this is going to be one of those games. Sean and Coach, it looks to me like they're letting a lot of that grab and go now.
I'm even seeing it let it go more in the NFL.
I agree with that.
I saw it in some of the games this weekend in the NFL, and I said, wow, they've called that in the past. And so I'm not sure that's kind of the going thing, is to go back and let the DBs be a little bit looser and not calling it as much. And what they're saying, what they'd always say to me, they'd always say, well, Coach, it was chicken fighting. Both of them are doing it.
Yes.
I said, well, my guy's trying to get away because his shoulder pads are being held. What's he supposed to do? Is he just supposed to sit there and fall down? Would you call it then? So I'd get into it with them, and there's I can't tell you, I was not good with officials. I never mouthed off publicly, but man, the officials and me on the sidelines were not together. There is no doubt about it. They didn't like me much, I think, and I didn't care much for them either. Now, since I've gotten out, And I know a lot of those guys that were officiating, it's different now. But, man, I'm telling you, I can remember being at UAB, and we're driving to beat Georgia. We're driving to beat Georgia in the fourth quarter in Athens. And all of a sudden, we get 3 straight holding penalties. 3 straight. We're down 17-13. We're about the 12, 13-yard line. And we end up out of field goal range before it's all said and done. And they about threw me out that day. I about got thrown out of that game because, I mean, I had a coach holding me from when I'm on the sideline. So I'm not one to speak about it, but I guess I can a little bit more now anyway. And because I never wanted to say, Sire Graves, you're making excuses. Nobody wants to hear excuses. I don't care if you're at Vanderbilt or Tennessee. Nobody wants to hear them. Oh, my team's beat up. We've got 12 players out. Nobody wants to hear it. So you might as well just keep your mouth shut and go play. But, man, I got into it on the sidelines with them now. I can remember many times in Neyland Stadium. I'm in an argument with them, no doubt.
Hey, Cinco, you can't tell me that these people are not human. They don't know who that coach is over there. They don't know all the history when they get on the field with a Texas or a Georgia or a whomever. And you can't tell me that they don't know that Kirby Smart's put 1 million players in the first round. And there's an expectation as a human being when it comes to officiating that you anticipate that person's capable of locking that guy down on that corner, one-on-one, Sean, like Watson's talking about.
Well, another one I think Coach might smile about is the have team. I can remember Lou Holtz. Lou Holtz would regularly go out to midfield. Nick Saban throw his headset down and walk out and chase a ref onto the playing surface.
Yep.
The have not coach will get flagged for being too close to the sideline every single time. And I think it's just the ref letting the have not coach go, hey, we're not going to do that. We're not, know your role. I swear they will say it's not it, but you watch a game with a have and have not. Vanderbilt always seemed like they were about to beat Alabama. They were about to beat Florida. They were about to beat this.
I had them twice.
And all of a sudden the yellow 15-yard penalties would come out of nowhere.
And here's the other thing, Watson. Heupel, for whatever reason, gets a have not whistle. But he's won like a have since he's been here.
I think that's about to change. He's got it going now, and I don't know why, but I got my share of 15-yarders for being out on the field too far or whatever. I got my share of those too. So it's just the way it is, I don't know if it's human nature, and I don't think they do it on purpose at all. I don't think an official ever cheats. I just don't. I've never thought one cheated for one team over the other, but it's just the nature of the call at a critical time. And when you're, like I said, we had Alabama twice in Nashville when I was the head coach there, and Alabama was in the top 10, I think, both times. And when you're playing a team that's not ranked and you've got an SEC team in the top 10, that if they lose, it's major change for the conference. It's just hard to make that call, man. It is. But I'll say this, I've never felt like an official cheated on purpose for something.
No, because you're not in the NBA. Brian Hartman, I wouldn't trust those NBA officials. I mean, with all the these are the people that got caught stealing their airline miles. And then one guy admitted that he was betting on games. Another guy admitted he was fixing games. I mean, that is as close to sports entertainment as mankind has ever come. Brian Hartman, jump in here with the great Watson Brown, presented by our friends at Simpson's Meats. And Brian, you're a cut above. Go for it.
One thing that Georgia had in the past that they don't quite have as much now is an offensive playmaker like a Brock Bowers or a Ladd McConkey. I guess Branch is the closest thing they have, but they appear not to have that wide receiver they could go to, and especially on the road in Neyland. They don't have that this year. The game is being played earlier this season than it's probably been ever And what did you think? How is that going to factor in all the stuff about Georgia's not having a playmaker at wide receiver, not having a quarterback making his first start in the SEC on the road, and the game being played in September? How much is that going to help Tennessee, do you think?
I think the other key, Brian, is Tennessee's defense. It's time for them to show. Everybody said that was going to be the strength of this team. I know they've got a little corner issues, but they've got to step up this week because they can keep the score down. There's no doubt they're capable in this game. I don't see Georgia having the playmakers. They've always had at least one special kid, and I don't see that. And now it may be there. It may be just like Tennessee. We're going to see the set of receivers for Georgia and the set of receivers for Tennessee are so much philosophically the same. And which group is going to step up? That's going to be so big. I think Gunnar Stockton will play well. Now, I don't think he's a great passer, but I think you'll see him with 15 carries. And if he gets up close to 100 yards in this game, that'll be big for them. But they're going to come in and try to run the ball and throw conservative play action passes and a few screens here and there and try to eat the clock. And that's going to be their game plan in this game. And they'll think they're good enough on defense to do that. I think they've been holding back offensively. I think you'll see a lot of different stuff that you haven't seen in the first two games. And I think in Tennessee, it's going to be, can they run the ball and the receivers make plays? I think for Georgia, it's going to be, can they run the ball and how good does Gunnar Stockton play? I think he'll play well. I think he's going to play better than he's played in the first two games because I think he's a winner too. And but I'm not sure he can beat you throwing the ball. He can beat you with a few passes off play action and stuff, but just go down and beat you throwing the ball. I'm not sure he can do that.
The great Watson Brown breaking it down scientifically on your Wednesday. All right, Watson. So you coach quarterbacks down through the years. We talked about this off the top, but I really want to drill down. Joey Aguilar's never been on a field with the kind of speed he's going to see from Georgia. This week in preparation for that, and when you play these teams, are there certain things with him that you want to concentrate on, or do you not, as a coach, even tip your hand and say that to him? You just assume that he understands that he's got to get it out quicker. Or as a coach, do you say, hey, Joey, these guys are kind of a cut above. Like, how do you thread that needle as a coach, Watson?
Well, first, he's getting it out much quicker than the last two out.
How about
he's
that?
He's getting it out much quicker than Nico. He's getting it out much quicker than Joe Milton got it out. So that's not the big issue. His sense of timing has been there in these first two games. And I don't care who you're playing. Ball has to come out on time or you take off running. You take off running late or you throw it late, bad things usually happen. So you've got to get it out on time or you've already left the pocket on time. And so far, that's what I've seen him do. I don't think that'll change. That's why I've said I don't think Joey will be the issue. I think he's going to play well. He's not played against the speed and this of Georgia, but he's also not had the talent that he's got on his side.
Well,
he's played against a lot of teams better than him. He's played against a lot of teams better than him, and it's never fazed him. That's the good thing about him from all the coaches that I talk with, that he never rattles. He's highly competitive. He's very poised, and he's just got natural leadership. I've seen that in that first game. I didn't get to see in the East Tennessee game, but saw some highlights of it. But I see how they cling to him already, and so I don't think he's going to be the issue. I think he'll play very well, and I think he'll do what I've seen him do in the first two games is better than what I've seen Nico and Joe do. Not better than Hendon, but better than Nico and Joe.
It's a Wednesday with Watts Brown. So what's the game from your perspective come down to, Watson, then? If we're boiling this thing down to a nutshell.
I think it's Tennessee's time. I think they're going to win the game. I think it'll be a great game. I don't think it's going to be killer high scoring unless there's major turnovers. I think it'll end up in the 20s, maybe the high 20s. The high 20s might win it. Maybe 31 might win it. But I don't think it's going up and down the field. Tennessee's defense shows. Tennessee's receivers make some critical plays. I believe they're going to win, and I do think it's their time, and they're finally going to get these guys.
Classic Southeastern Conference football.
Oh, this is it right here.
Played in the 20s.
Saturday, I can't wait to watch this game because this is what we all grew up watching in the Southeastern Conference. Yeah. There is just a physicality in the big games that with the great atmospheres, there's just a physicality that comes to play, and one of them gets it done with that. And you don't win with tinkering. You don't win with great design plays. In these kind of games, you win with physicality, and you play. I've always said toughness is two things. Toughness is physical, but toughness is mental. You have to have mental toughness before you can have physical toughness. And that's the two. Toughness is going to show Saturday, and the tougher team's going to walk out with a victory. I think it'll be Tennessee this time.
Hey, Watson, let's look at the rest of the league.
Yeah.
This is really interesting. The bottom of the league is a lot better than we thought
Why
it was.
That? You know why that is?
Tell me why.
Money. It's the best chance the lower level schools have ever had to catch up. Because now these kids, first thing they think about is dollars. And if you've got the money to go get some of these guys, you're going to get them. I think that's it. The game you better look out for, and I'm not because I'm prejudiced. Watch out for South Carolina Vanderbilt.
Oh, hey, listen.
I'm telling
Vanderbilt is going to rock their world, Watson. I'm telling
South
you right
Carolina
now. They better watch out.
Good on offense.
No, they better watch out.
Very good.
They better watch out, Watson. They got a great quarterback, and they got very little around him.
Yep.
And this
and
Vanderbilt
he's not playing great. He's not playing great.
Hey, this Vanderbilt bunch is going to rock their world, Watson. That's what I believe.
You get ready for that one. I think Florida makes a comeback. I don't know if they'll win.
I agree with that. That's another one.
Florida, it's going to be a different looking Florida team Saturday than we saw last Saturday.
I agree with that.
And the reason they got beat last Saturday was Billy was a little conservative, and their quarterback is not playing well yet. He's not playing up to his standards, and I think he shows up Saturday in a different way.
Watson, do you think that Arch Manning, that spot where they were going to put his Heisman Trophy at the end of the year, you think they've got something up there already on the trophy case?
I've been disappointed for him so far.
Poor guy.
I think he looks a lot like his sense of timing is not there yet. Tony, he's seeing open people, and then he holds it for another second, then he lets it go. And till he gets through that. And that is the hardest thing for a young player, a young, inexperienced player to understand and get. I know that from coaching him. But so far, he hadn't been able to get it. And he wasn't much better in game last week than he was first game.
No, he wasn't. I mean,
a lot of those touchdown passes were late throws, Tony.
That's right.
He just had a lot better protection, and he got away with it. But he's got to get better, and they need to use his legs more. I think they need to let him get hit and let him. Maybe that'll loosen him up a little. But he has struggled with sense of timing in the first two games.
The league, Watson, if you're right, we're going to get through the first 3 weeks of the college football season. Georgia, Alabama, Florida, and Texas are all going to have a loss.
You got it.
That was on nobody's bingo card. Okay.
No.
Nobody's bingo card. And Watson, the bottom of the league, Mississippi State went by the.
I watched that game.
They play Alcorn this weekend. They play Northern Illinois, Watson, the next weekend. Their win total was 3.5 at Vegas. They're going to have their win total by the time Tennessee goes down there and plays them. They're going to be 4-0, Watson.
They'll be
Saturday Night Football.
I think Vanderbilt will be 4-0 and ranked.
I think that's right.
They got Georgia State at home next week.
I don't know what's going on here.
Ranked.
I don't know what's going on. And by the way, they got Pavia some weapons. They're throwing the ball around at Vanderbilt.
No, he's better. He's throwing it much better so far. That's just 2 games, and they've only played one solid team.
Yes.
But he's throwing it around much better than he did last year. And you let him get a sense of timing and and throw better,
I agree.
Look out. That could be a dangerous team. They're much better on defense, Tony.
I can't believe what I'm
better
seeing.
on defense.
They smashed Virginia Tech into the ground in the second half, Watson. They ground them down.
Men against guys. I mean,
crazy.
It wasn't even close. They scored all 5 times they had the ball.
It was crazy. It was crazy to watch.
I don't think Virginia Tech made maybe 1 first down the whole second inning.
I think they have 2.
So look out. And South Carolina, to me, right now is reeling a little bit. They were very lucky to beat Virginia Tech. Very lucky.
I agree. A punt return.
He made a great move and made them repunt a ball.
Yes.
And it's always a good thing to do. If I was coaching again when that happened, I'd call timeout on the other side, let my kids get their legs back under them again. That's what I'd do. Because when you got to run hard back down that field a second time, man, that is hard to do. But that was a good move by South Carolina, and that punt return won the game. It won the game. So I didn't think their defense was great. I thought it was just okay. So South Carolina could be overhyped, and they know. And Pavia's made statements about South Carolina. So if they'll be pumped, but I'm not sure they'll beat them. I swear, I'm not sure.
The thing I like about this Pavia kid, and he's not everybody's cup of tea, but if you believe it, say it, and you can back it up.
I don't think he's an arrogant kid. I think
he just believes it. And you know what? If you believe it, you say it. Why not, man? Let the kid live a little.
When you say it and then you go do it, then all of a sudden your team just clings to you.
Hey.
They all of a sudden they cling to you.
It's kind of like you texted me about Aguilar. They're like 3 series into that thing, and I'm going to brag on Watson. Watson, when Tennessee got him, called his brother, called some different people in the industry who have played this kid because he has all these contacts, and they said, hey, what Tennessee's going to get is a guy that's not going to be afraid, and the spot's not going to be too big for him, and he's going to get in games, and they're going to be able to run their offense with him. Now, Watson, we didn't know they'd be able to run their offense like this with him, but hey, good on you. Good detective work.
And your guys are right. Sean's right. Josh is a very good offensive football coach because I don't look at scores and all that.
Right.
It's what you got against who you're playing. But I watch how well they play, how smooth everything is, how quick he's getting rid of the ball, how linemen are coming off blocks with a coordinated way that you've got to do. And you either got that, Tony, or you don't. I saw that early in the year with Tennessee. You know that. I've been a Josh fan. And from watching his teams as a head coach, and they'll play good Saturday. You just watch. The offense is going to play well, and I think Joey can't wait for this game. I'm telling you, I think he can't wait to go play. And it's either the moment's too big for you or you can't wait to get there. And I just think he can't wait. It's as I think Gunnar Stockton's the exact same way. Both these two kids are natural leaders, tough kids, and use their abilities to what they got. There's no doubt in my mind. That's why I don't think quarterback play I think it'll be good on both sides Saturday.
Watson Brown, you're the man. I love you. And I appreciate you, my brother.
Oh, I love being on with y'all. It's always an honor.
Hey, go enjoy this great day God's given us. And this fall weather in East Tennessee right now.
Oh, man.
Wake me up before you go, brother. This weather's unbelievable.
The only time it's better in Knoxville, Tennessee is when those leaves start turning.
And
all around East Tennessee. That's I'm telling you. That's right. Late October, early November. Man. Wow. Beautiful.
Watson, love you. Love your show. Thanks, brother.
See you guys.
Peace. Hey, Cinco, he just called the shot. I don't know if you heard that or not. Watson Brown thinks Tennessee beats Georgia Saturday. If that's the case, I mean, we're going to be somewhere between Neptune and on an alternate planet, Cinco, Saturday night. It's going to be unbelievable. The atmosphere in this place. Can you imagine our fan base if we cash it in on Saturday? Cash in this opportunity. Can you close your eyes right now and think about how you're going to feel Saturday? what it's going to feel like for those of you blessed enough to be at that game? Or those of you watching with family and friends, and the first thing you're going to do is turn that post-game show. Can you imagine what it's going to feel like when we walk arm in arm and hand in hand into another beautiful Sunday? Because we will be on for about 9 hours. Can you imagine what that's going to be like? Take a brief time out. And by the way, I do believe that Watson's right. Joey Aguilar's been waiting all his life for this opportunity. That's why everybody's cheering for him. All of his life. All of his life. And I mean all of his life. Being told he wasn't good enough, being cut, being second team, being this, being that. And now he's got a crack of light, man, and a chance to go through the door. So we continue with more after this.
Whether it's baseball, football, softball, church groups, or schools, if you're raising money, do it with locally roasted grade A grounds coffee. I'm Billy Miller, a Vol alum and Knoxville native. You keep 40% of sales, and we donate 5% back to our East Tennessee community. Get started today by visiting our website at gradeagrounds.com.
Score a TD every time with T3 Vodka. T3 is Tennessee's premium vodka, handcrafted with passion, precision, and a whole lot of pride. T3 Vodka is taking the volunteer state by storm. T3 Vodka, handcrafted in the majesty of the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where quality isn't just a promise, it's a way of life. Filtered 10 times and 80 proof. T3 Vodka delivers a smoothness that's unmatched. This dedication to excellence has already earned T3 Vodka prestigious accolades. T3 is a 5-time gold medal winning vodka and the 2025 SIPS Consumer Choice Award medal winner. Whether you're sipping it neat or on the rocks or mixing up your favorite cocktail, T3 Vodka is your choice for a premium, award-winning experience. Score a T3 TD and ask for T3 Vodka by name at restaurants and wine and liquor stores today. Drink it neat, drink it right, drink T3 Vodka, and score a touchdown every time. T3, Tennessee's premium vodka, distributed by Athens Distributing Company. Please drink responsibly. Basilio here. No one does it like Alumni Hall. I'm here to tell you, living ball fan, only one place. That's the best place to shop for Tennessee gear, and that's Alumni Hall. The best and largest selection of Tennessee apparel for the whole family. Top brands like Nike, Champion, Columbia, Peter Millar. Load up on hats, accessories, Yeti, all your tailgating necessities. Download the Alumni Hall app, click account, and it'll tell you how much Hall cash you've earned. You earn $10 in rewards for every $150 you spend. Alumni Hall, with physical locations in Murfreesboro, Bristol, and 3 locations in Knoxville, now open in Johnson City. Pop into Alumni Hall and get ready and tell them Tony B sent you.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm going to hop online and I'm going to get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, It's a White Claw. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold when filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. If you're small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Basilio here for Budget Transmissions. TGMD, the great Matt Dixon, took his Ford Escape to budget, and like our gold bullet back in the day, it was a total mess. And now, Matt's back in the game. He's got a new transmission, axle, wheel bearing, both radiator hoses, engine mounts, coolant hoses. I mean, his Ford Escape was about to escape to the junkyard, but he didn't begrudge it. He took it to budget, and now he's on his way back to Omaha. Budget Transmissions, over 30 years in business, conveniently located in Bearden. All extended service contracts are honored. A gold certified Repair Pal member. 865-584-4391. 865-584-4391. Budget Transmissions. Don't begrudge it. Take it to budget.
Hey there, Basilio family. Jennifer Morris here with Keller Williams Realty. The countdown to fall football is on. Is your fall plan missing the perfect home to watch the Vols make another playoff run? If a new view is on your game day checklist, I'm ready to help you find it. Don't wait until kickoff. Give me a call today at 865-694-5904 or visit my website at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Josh Collins at Collins Insurance Agency. At Collins Insurance, we strive to ensure our customers receive better coverage along with bigger savings. Our community is important to us. We want to provide exceptional service to our customers. Anybody can provide great rates, great coverage, but can you also get great service? And hey, don't just take my word for it.
What's up, everybody? Zakai Ziegler here. My family turns to Collins Insurance Agency for the best service, coverage, and price.
So don't just go online and get some random insurance. Experience the Collins Insurance difference.
Like he said, experience the Collins Insurance difference. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. And hey, your mama's easy approved. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. Thank you to Josh Collins and ZZ.
One more thing, Tony. Go Vols.
Shout out to my man Austin Collins. Shout out to Josh Collins. The Collins boys are great. You talk about salt of the earth people. Let me do this before we do anything else, because it's hour 2.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fanrun Radio.
Because as they say in the trade, when you keep it live and local, I don't know. I was going to rhyme something there, but nothing came to mind. Hey, Anthony Dasher, here's a little fun fact for you that you already know, UGAsports.com. But Anthony, welcome in. Kirby Smart, Kirby Smart, when he's a 35-point or more favorite, okay? Yeah. He's 0-15 against the spread. You know how little he cares about worrying about what they did the last 8 quarters of football, okay, is they had televised practices, okay? How close am I to accurate there?
That's pretty close, pretty accurate in my opinion. I mean, if you're a gambler and you get one of these 38, 48, whatever point spreads playing Georgia, I wouldn't take the point. That's a guaranteed money. I'm serious. I cannot remember maybe 1 or 2 times over the last 10, Sparks 10 years where they've had been favored by that many points and covered. It just doesn't happen. He doesn't do it. They don't do it. I mean, they're not worried about that.
I was talking yesterday about a sequence and laughing with you off the air about a sequence in that Marshall game where they ran the ball like 9 times in a row. And it was basically the same play. It was almost like we're going to run this thing, guys, till we get it right in this football game here.
Yeah. And on the flip side, you got Georgia fans. Why they don't throw the ball downfield? I mean, come on, they don't have to. I mean, that's all they had. All they've done the first two games. I mean, if you're going to play your cornerbacks, 5-10 yards off the line of scrimmage, what are you going to do? You're going to dump the ball off to your receivers on the boundary, let them get 85 or 6 yards, and just do it that way. So, I mean, these first two games have been just ridiculously vanilla for Georgia. Now, I'm not saying that Georgia's going to go out and all of a sudden, turn into the, next great passing offense. Not saying that whatsoever, but, it's not, Georgia did not display everything they've got. They got to find for at least to try to attempt to do Saturday in Knoxville and, in these first two contests.
So, Anthony, that leads me to this, since I'm listening to you here. And for the young kids out there, when you're interviewing somebody, listen. It's more important than asking your questions. But Anthony just said they haven't even offensively unpacked it, okay? What looks different about them Saturday than what we've seen in the first couple of games? Offensively, if you're looking into your crystal ball, what will look different about them?
Well, Georgia fans are going to think I'm crazy because, again, they have not seen this yet this year. I think what you're going to see is more intermediate range passes. I think you're going to see Gunner start to take more shots. Because I don't think, Tennessee defense, I don't think you're going to see them try to do the same things that we saw Marshall and Austin Peay, try to. Tennessee is confident with its defense. They like those guys. They think those guys are talented. You're going to see more one-on-one opportunities, more man-to-man, coverage in the secondary. I mean, Georgia did not see that the first two games at all. So I think you're going to see Georgia, if Tennessee plays that way, more man coverage, you will see Georgia take more shots down the field, get the tight ends more involved like they have been. You go back the last few years, Georgia-Tennessee game, how much has the tight end played a big role for Georgia? A lot. I mean, even with no Brock Bowers last year, they used the tight ends extensively. So that's probably one thing I always look for in this contest we have not seen, is the tight ends play a much bigger role.
Hey, Sean Sinclair, you and I were talking off the top before Anthony got here, before Watson Brown last hour even. And your contention, Sean, is that one thing that Mike Bobo has done a really nice job of is literally attacking the field on Tennessee and attacking the middle of the field, Sean.
Well, he does. It's just been my observation that he just kills you with crossing routes utilizing. It's just not Brock Bowers, who was arguably the best tight end in college in the past 30 years. But, I mean, he did it with Delp last year. He's done it year after year.
Yep.
And he'll bring two tight ends and just literally just cross them right in the middle of the field. He'll bring running backs out. They're very simple concepts, but for whatever reason, our linebackers and safeties get all tangled up and usually see that on third down to extend drives over and over and over.
I think that's a very, very good analysis. I mean, that's what I've seen the past couple of years. And Georgia likes to use what Smart likes to call extended handoffs. You mentioned the short passes to the running backs, getting the ball to the receivers, then crossing patterns, little short pass, just get the ball in their hands and try to get them into one-on-one situation. Try to get these backs in space. And that's how they've really attacked Tennessee. They did it last year. And I would assume that's what they're going to try to do again.
Hey, Anthony, one thing I'm counting on from a Tennessee perspective, and look, I'm a Tennessee grad, and I want to see the Vols win one of these games one of these years.
Sure.
I mean, God forbid, it'd be nice just to win one of them every once in a while and not have to have a Hail Mary in the end zone where there's a power outage where some of the people thought they won the game at one of the local watering holes. These are true stories now. Last time Tennessee won a game. I mean, Butchie Boy Jones was here for crying out loud. Here's the thing I'm hanging my hat on here. When you have a quarterback and you get in one of these environments and you're on the road and you haven't been in that spot, there's no replicating walking out there on that stage. And I'm hoping he blinks. How disappointed am I going to be, or could that happen?
It always could happen. I mean, people ask me all the time, what's the loudest stadium I've been in? And the first two that jumped in my mind is Tennessee and Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge. I mean, I've been on the field for both of those contests, and I've been on the field when Tennessee has hit big plays. You can feel the ground shake. at Neyland. I mean, it's a crazy, crazy line. If you're not prepared mentally for that, have not prepared, leading up to it, it's going to be a major problem. As far as Gunner goes, again, this is if he was a younger quarterback, I may be a little bit concerned about that. But the fact he's been around. He's actually been to Neyland. I mean, he was a backup quarterback the last time, Georgia, came with Stetson Bennett. I'm sorry, Carson. Carson, get my quarterbacks all screwed up here. But he knows what it's going to be like, and they prepare for this kind of thing. I mean, they prepare over the summer. They prepare this week. Now, granted, again, it's not going to be the same thing, and they're going to hear Rocky Top 100 million times. That's something you got to be ready for. But I don't. Kirby Smart has got it. Is really tried to grind to these guys' head. Hey, it's just 11 guys on our team, 11 guys on theirs. That's all you got to worry about. Block the noise out. Again, while that's easier said than done, I think Georgia, at least what we've seen the last few years, has been able to handle that. Whether Gunner will, we'll find here, pretty quickly.
Anthony Dasher, UGAsports.com, nice enough to lend us a few minutes here as we're a few days out from what is a pivotal early season game in this league, in a league that's really interesting right now, in a league that looks to be very good in the middle to the bottom of the league, as good as it's been in quite some time, which kind of points to that this is going to be a hell of a game on Saturday, because these two teams are middle to the top of the league, depending on how this thing shakes out. At least it looks that way on paper. But Anthony, when I think about and just kind of reading and seeing things Georgia people are talking about, one of their concerns is pass protection. How big a concern is that, or are we back to, hey, first couple games and we're just sort of going through the motions and it sort of is what it is? What's your concern level with the offensive line of the Dogs?
No, I think that probably is Georgia's biggest concern. If it's not, it should be. Again, we talk about the competition level, and Georgia has had some issues the first two games with pass pro, and combine that with the fact that Gunner is sometimes, while he's done a good job of making, I think, good decisions, he has a rush thing just a little bit. I'm not sure if that's because he's not trusting the protection he's getting, but we've seen him, rush a few plays, rush a few throws, and that's something they've got to do a better job of. And also, I think Gunner, as everybody I think knows, he can make things happen with his legs. And I think occasionally he thinks maybe plays are breaking down a little quicker than what they are. Does not give the pocket time to develop. So that's probably been the biggest thing I can say about Gunner right now. Is, again, I'm confident in his ability to pass it, but he's got to give himself time to make some throws. And so far, that's something we have not seen.
One of the things I love about this matchup, Anthony, is you have two quarterbacks that are going to really compete. And I love that about college football. Neither of these guys are going to be accused of being big arm guys and they're going to go at the top of the draft, and any of that stuff. These are college players that relish and love the opportunity, and you would have to fight them to get their uniform off of both of these guys. And I think that's going to be an interesting part of this matchup. I want your take on the story that is Joey football right now.
Yeah, Gunner is one of the toughest SOBs you're going to find at quarterback. Just go back to last year's SEC championship game, overtime against Texas.
Yes.
That hit he took, I mean, how many guys are even going to get up from that? And I'm not saying that because he's Georgia's quarterback. He took a shot that would have left any number of NFL quarterbacks on the ground. He popped right back up, came out of the game. Carson back came in and handed off, for what was the game winner. But he showed right there that, man, he's not afraid. He's not scared. Now, he's got to be smart. He can't go, expecting to, lower his head and run into a 270-pound defensive end and pop back up all the time. That's not going to happen. But again, it just shows the way he plays the game. He's really hard nosed, and that's what that really I think that's why his teammates support him so much. They back the guy so much because he's willing to get in there, get dirty, and do things that wouldn't think other quarterbacks would do.
And my boy Joey football from Tennessee. Let's face facts here, okay? This is a guy that UCLA threw on the trash heap.
Yep.
He wins that game Saturday. This thing's like a Disney movie Saturday night in Neyland Stadium.
No doubt. I mean, he'll be a hero if that happens. I mean, really. I mean, and I've been very impressed with what. And I remember him when he was at Appy State. And he was a very good quarterback. I'm surprised he didn't move on earlier than that. But yeah, I think that when the balls got him, I'm like, okay, this is going to get interesting because I knew the kind of quarterback he was, what his mindset was, and he's done nothing at all to surprise me so far with UT.
Tony, how do you think it plays out, man?
Man, I don't know. It's like we said before we went on the air. I don't really know anything about Georgia right now. I think the defense is very good. Offensively, I don't know. Georgia's run the ball a lot better in 2 games as they did last season. But again, it's Marshall and Austin Peay. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I think it's going to be a good game. I know Tennessee is obviously getting a lot of love in this one, which they should be. Look at what the offense has done so far. You looked at some of the struggles that Georgia has had. But these are also the games. I will say this. Kirby loves the idea of being an underdog. He has historically gotten his team up, somehow managed to get his team ready to play these tough physical ball games. They pride themselves on being the toughest dog on the field, so to speak. And that's something I think you'll see them try to hang their hats on this Saturday. Will it work out? They're going to win the game? I don't know. Last year they go to Tuscaloosa. It didn't quite work out that the way they had planned. I don't know. I have not seen enough of this Georgia team to make a definite statement on what's going to happen in this. I think Tennessee has probably its best chance of winning this game than maybe they've had in a couple of years. But as far as making a prediction, this one is going to be tough. I know the line has dropped, and I don't know. I really, honestly, I'm not pulling your leg on this. I don't know what's going to happen on Saturday because I've not seen enough of Georgia to make any kind of definite decision.
I don't either. I don't know. I mean, to me, I don't think we know enough about either one of these teams. I'm not sure the coaching staffs really know. Till you get in a game like this, I mean, how do you know? How do you know?
No, you can't. And as boring as it's going to sound, it's going to come down to simple things like turnovers.
Sure does.
Who creates the most turnovers? Who turns the ball over less? That's ultimately what always decides games of this magnitude. And I think that's going to happen on Saturday.
Andy, you're the man. Thank you, brother. If folks want to read your work or they want to interact with you, how do they do so? Anthony Dasher.
Certainly. On UGAsports.com and on Twitter, Anthony or X now. I'm sorry, I still can't remember that. Anthony Dasher 1.
Thank you, my man. Great talking to you.
Yep. See you guys.
He's a guy. He's a man. Anthony Dasher. Sean, I kind of agree with him that from a field perspective, and everywhere I go around town, people are like, well, what do you think's going to happen? And I'm sitting there, and I don't want to bore anybody, but until I see us on the field in a game of this caliber and how our newly reworked offensive line is going to function, the quarterback play, the wide receiver play, all that stuff, our secondary, our safety play, our linebackers. I mean, there are knowns for both teams. Like, I trust our defensive line in this game, but I'll tell you this. When I hear Anthony Dasher talk about, and Brooks Austin talked about this yesterday as well, about how Georgia is struggling at the point of attack to protect that quarterback on passing downs. Tim Banks has been pretty passive in this series since he's been here, but he's heated up a bunch of other quarterbacks. Cinco, they need to heat this dude up Saturday. Heat him up in their building. Take some chances.
Well, they've got to get him. They've got to get him in third and longs. They've got to get him thinking, etc. But I'll tell you what Anthony said that's just really always been impressive to me is you can't fool kids. They know. I mean, you have in Kirby Smart's ability to motivate and convince his kids that they're underdogs when they have multiple national championships, when they have recruited for the past since he's been there in the top 2 or 3, when they're stacked with 5-star after 5-star after NFL top round pick every single year, they do not go into a game ever with less talent than the other team. And yet, year in and year out, for the big games, like you said, he's able to get those guys motivated. I'm not sure how he does it because there's what can you draw upon? You can't draw upon chip on your shoulder. You can't draw upon, hey, we're getting no respect here. I'm impressed with how he does that.
To the phones we go, 865-200-5402. If you want to get in the hunt and in the mix with us. All guests appear on your TLD Logistics hotline online at tldlogistics.com, and they got a workout. I want to thank Watson Brown and Anthony Dasher for joining. But let's go to the phones now. Watson Brown is calling the shot, or you, on this Wednesday? Watson Brown calls a shot. What say you at 865-200-5402? Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
How are my French compatriots doing today?
Hey, Lynn, welcome in.
Tony, I missed part of the first of the show. I'm sorry if I'm resharing something, but I have to congratulate our number one lady ball soccer team, who's number one in the nation for the first time ever and has not given up a goal this year.
I mean, that's pretty amazing. Get ready to head into league play. Really an amazing start. Joe Kurt's going to join us tomorrow, by the way, on the program.
Okay, good. And I also want to congratulate the volleyball team I watched beat number 21 Georgia Tech 4-1, which should get us ranked, according to the commentators. And we set a record crowd over there for volleyball of 7,000 a week or so ago.
That's fantastic. I need to get out and see me a volleyball match.
And last night it looked like around 5,000. It was a good little crowd. So both soccer and volleyball is doing good. I just kind of want to throw that in there. I support everything.
Bri, Our Lady Vols are at home Friday, yes?
The soccer team has to go on the road to Mississippi State.
Oh, they're at Mississippi State. Okay.
So they're on a stretch where they've had to play 6 or 7 games on the road for some reason.
Wow. Where's the respect?
I don't know about how that all works, but it's exciting stuff. About the Tennessee Georgia game, a very important part of this game is I've got media guides back to 1956. And from about 1970 onward, the most players on a University of Tennessee football roster, of course, are from Tennessee. Number 2 is always Georgia. And this year, there's 20 players from Georgia on our roster, but they're always number 2. That's another important reason we need to beat them.
Hey, Cinco, the Dogs can't sign them all. That's one thing we know. And if this program's going to be vital, you got to go get your fair share of players out of Georgia, Sean.
You do, and the problem, and this sounds odd, but the problem that Georgia has sometimes is they have too many kids down there to take them all. I mean, now that the 25 limit per signing class is no longer a thing, that's going to help them out. But they've had to make their decisions between Patrick Pass and Jabari Davis. I mean, it's been often that they just can't take 3-4 star linebackers. They got to in state. They got to do something else. So yeah, W. Lynn's right. You got to make hay down there, and you've got to have the if kid can't go or doesn't want to go to Georgia, you got to be that second guy there to welcome them in, because they have an incredible amount of talent.
It's unreal.
Yeah,
unreal.
sorry.
I mean, this Redmond guy, Sean, this long arm freshman, is an Atlanta area kid who Tennessee just plugs in that Syracuse game, and he plays like gangbusters. And he's going to get an opportunity. You know how wide his eyes are going to. I'm sure they're going to test him. But what a great opportunity for that young kid on Saturday to show his stuff against the home state team. Good point, Doug.
Yeah, he's a volunteer for life now.
That's right.
Well, not only that, I mean, you take a look at last year's class that we had. You've got 2 linebackers, Christian Gass, Perlotti, Jaden Harmon. Well, 3. All 3 of our linebackers, 4 stars, were from Georgia.
There you go.
I mean, they can't take them all, and sometimes, and frankly, a lot of times, what's his name? The Miami quarterback, backup, Christian guy. Come on, their head coach.
Who are we talking about here?
Yeah, the head coach of Georgia previous to this.
Oh, you're talking about our guy, Mark Richt.
Mark Richt,
yeah.
Mark
Richt got caught. Sorry, thank you. Mark Richt got caught up, and he's always having number 1 or number 2 classes, and he would get caught up because he had to take kids because of political reasons.
There you go.
Meaning that one program down south in Valdosta or something had a kid and an equal or better kid was in the Atlanta area, and you have to take those kids.
There you go, W. Lynn. Anything else for us?
Over history, they don't play at LSU regular. They don't play at Alabama regular. They play Florida on a neutral field where it really is half and half Georgia Florida fans. We've got them in a loud, raucous stadium, which over history, their fans, their players are not used to. We have got to take full advantage of that. And Sean, using Jethro Bodine math, I'm giving 17% of the outcome based on the fans, combined with 1/3 being the kicking game. That's 50% outcome on the kicking game and the fans.
W. Lynn, you're the man. Thank you. Back to the phones we go. Hello and welcome in. You're on the TLD Logistics phone lines on a Wednesday. And you're on the air. Welcome in.
Hey, man, this is Kevin in Muletown. How you doing, brother?
Hey, Kev, welcome in, buddy.
Man, I love hearing some Watson Brown talk some ball, man. I love it. Another thing I love is your caller, Big Josh, Monday. That got me fired up, bro. That got me fired up. He got me thinking. You know, these Georgia Bulldogs, Kirby, they're used to bullying us. They just come in here and they bully us.
Yep.
Their fans, their arrogant fans, continue to try to bully us.
Yep.
Case in point, I was in a golf tournament a few days ago, had my orange on. Early in the morning, walked by, there's a Georgia fan, young punk. He walks by, I say good morning to him, and he goes, go dogs, and he starts barking at me. So I immediately said, you know, GFY, and that's not good for you.
You did what
response,
my wife calls you.
Be.
You escalated on him, as my lovely wife likes to say.
Yeah, he goes, that's how it's going to be. I said, that's exactly how it's going to be. And so he tucked his tail and he ran, because you know that's what you do to bullies. I remember back in the 90s, we owned them. I was a student there. We owned Georgia. I think it was 9 in a row. Owned them. We're in Neyland Stadium in the breezeway. This grown man, Georgia fan, comes walking up to my buddy and starts barking in his face in the breezeway in the south end zone. And what my buddy do? He immediately slapped him, left a handprint on his face. The dude didn't bark anymore. I guarantee it. That's what we got to do Saturday. We got to stand up to these bullies. You know, we got to knock them in the nose and make their eyes water. We got to hit them naked and hide their clothes. When old Bubba Bulldog and Linda's driving back from Knoxville, going back to Georgia Sunday morning, their ears have still got to be ringing from Rocky Top. Old Bubba's going to turn to Linda, and he's going to say, what the hell got into them? I want to see it. You know, Heupel has exercised the Alabama demons. He has exercised the Florida demons. Now we have to cash in on that trifecta of hate that is Georgia and exercise it this weekend. I think we can do it, bro.
Oh, I think Tennessee is very capable of doing it. I don't think there's any question about that.
All right, well,
the question
let's
becomes,
punch him in the nose one time.
Thank you, brother. And you know what? From Muletown to your ears, it's got to happen early in that game. The key to this whole thing is you got to give yourself a chance to grow into that deal. Can't get whacked in the first quarter. Got to make positive things happen in the first quarter of the game and grow right into it. You do that, you give yourself a chance. I don't think that Joey Aguilar is going to be afraid. I don't think his Tennessee team's going to be afraid. I want to hear what you think at 865-200-5402. One other thing I echo with Watson Brown, South Carolina is on sheer upset alert. And I'll tell you something else. The air this weekend is going to come out of Comrade Golish's balloon. And we all like Comrade Golish. That's a great story. We take a little ownership in the Comrade Golish story, but they got to turn around and play Miami again this weekend. How do you do that? What kind of scheduling
I wonder how much
is that?
Motivation they'll get from being an 18-point underdog again. They beat Boise State and slapped them around at who was ranked at home, and then they go to Florida and win.
Hey, Brian.
And they're an 18-point underdog again this week.
You know why, Brian? Because they had 2 touchdowns called back. Florida did last week. They had a snap go over a punter's head. Florida did, and he had to run the ball out of the back of the end zone. That's 2 points. They had so much fluky stuff happen in that game, or they would have rolled them. I mean, that's
I
why
wonder
15-point line.
Golish's offense, though. I mean, his offense hasn't really. His defense, kind of like Keipel recently, his defense has been much better than his offense.
Yeah. And C pointed this out post-game because I was reading an article that was written about him today. Great piece. And he's getting his props, which he deserves. But they've gone out, and they've got about 30 guys that are between the ages of 21 and 22 years old. I mean, we were talking about coming into the year, they spent for this season, but I'm going to tell you right now, they're not going to get through the thing unbeaten, and they're going to come crashing down to earth this weekend. And if they don't, they're going to have a possibility of running the table and going in as one of the top 4 seeds in the deal. They're going to wave their fingers in the on Saturday night if they can get by Miami, which I don't think they will, but we'll continue after that.
Guests appear on the TLD Logistics Hotline, online at tldlogistics.com.
You got to dream about buying some land and building on that land. Well, Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true, Michael Scott, for hundreds in our area. Custom homes or remodels. Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. It's a way of life with Waterside Contract. Check out the wonderful work Waterside does. WatersideContractingLLC.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true. Quality without compromising. Waterside Contracting.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Whether it's baseball, football, softball, church groups, or schools, if you're raising money, do it with locally roasted Grade A Grounds coffee. I'm Billy Miller, a Vol alum and Knoxville native. You keep 40% of sales, and we donate 5% back to our East Tennessee community. Get started today by visiting our website at gradeagrounds.com.
Fall officially begins this month, so now is the perfect time to make sure your home's HVAC system is ready for the season ahead. Don't ignore the warning signs that your heating or cooling system is struggling or nearing the end of its lifespan. And if you need fast, reliable HVAC repairs, seasonal preventative maintenance, or want to invest in a new high-efficiency system, then call the trusted HVAC experts at Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Whatever HVAC problems you encounter, our certified technicians will make a full assessment and then provide the best long-term solution to keep your home comfortable again all year long. We make it easy with free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. And if budgets are tight, we offer flexible payment plans including 0% financing with credit approval. Be sure to ask about our 10-plus year warranties that are 2 times longer than industry standards so you don't spend a cent on unexpected costs in the future. So call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family-owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Hey there, Basilio family. Jennifer Morris here with Keller Williams Realty. The countdown to fall football is on. Is your fall plan missing the perfect home to watch the Vols make another playoff run? If a new view is on your game day checklist, I'm ready to help you find it. Don't wait until kickoff. Give me a call today at 865-694-5904 or visit my website at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Tony Basilio, and we are live once again with Chad Stockton of FC Alliance. And Chad, you're out there on the field, 100 strong here in Knoxville. Talk to me. What's been going on with FC Alliance now that the weather's heating up?
We're out here for the first night of the boys' tryouts. We have over 400 kids that'll be here tonight. So a lot of exciting times right now for us. Our club team started at U9 and we go all the way through U19. We have over 1,000 kids that come from Chattanooga from the Tri-Cities that make all our teams and make this club what it is today. So we're excited about it. We finished the younger kids a couple of weeks ago. We just finished the girls last night, and now we're on to our older boys program as we speak right now.
And we're blowing and going in the Tri-Cities. Tell me about it.
We started FC Alliance North 1 year ago, and coming off the first year, we are the largest, most competitive club up in the Tri-Cities area. We just finished our tryouts last night. Looks like right now we will be well over 400 kids for the upcoming season. So great things happening up there. We've put our boys into some really good regional leagues. So we're excited about what the future holds for them and also our girls programs.
If you want more information, check them out at fcallianceknox.org. That's fcallianceknox.org. Chad Stockton, keep growing the beautiful game here in East Tennessee.
Absolutely. Thanks, Tony.
Tony Basilio along with the great Mark Griffin. And we're here to talk about our friends at Performance Medicine. And Griff, their slogan, stay educated, stay healthy. That's you.
Wow. I really like to think that, Tony, and I'd like to give Dr. Rogers a lot of credit because I definitely want to stay educated and healthy, and knowing that he's putting the time and effort in to make sure of my care. I want to encourage your listeners to put the time to learn and become educated and get to know Dr. Rogers and see if it can help with your health as well.
And there's a really, really easy way to do that. In fact, they've got their own YouTube channel. You can see Dr. Rogers for himself with his staff. It's called The Performance Medicine Show over at the Performance Medicine channel over on YouTube. Also, more information at performancemedicine.net. To our friends in North Knoxville, a brand new location over in Fountain City, now accepting patients. So many ways to reach Dr. Rogers. And like they say, stay educated, stay healthy. Performance Medicine, online, performancemedicine.net.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you've actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth Only Drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the triple wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw premium vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw Premium Vodka. Please drink responsibly.
Tony B here with the great Zakai Ziegler for
Advent. Hey, whoa. Tony, I got this. Hey, Tennessee, it's easy here. Next time you have an electric issue at your home or business, call my friends at Advent Electric. With offices in Knoxville and Nashville, it's Mama's Easy approved.
You heard it from the most electrifying player in the league. Call the service professionals at Advent Electric, 865-588-0631. Online, adventelectric.com. Tell them ZZ sent you. TB back with you, 865-200-5402. Breaking it down scientifically as we have all day. This has been science today. Art, not science. Science, not art today.
They are playing Kentucky, excuse me.
To the phones we go. Brian and Cinco breaking it down on their conversation. You just heard a piece of that on your TLD Logistics phone lines. Let's go back to the phones. Hello and welcome in. You are live, where we will be live at Calhoun's on Friday. Calhoun's on the river. I need my Tennessee peeps to show because there'll be a bunch of Georgia people there. And my message of love to them is going to be very simple. Nobody's afraid of you. We're not afraid of you. Nobody's kissing your rings. Nobody's going to go over and shine Kirby's Flowbee that he uses to cut his hair. Nobody's going to be giving out sports clips, coupons over on the river. It's going to be a beautiful day. And the message of love is nobody is afraid of you. And I mean nobody. So let's go back to our phones. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey, Tony, it's Blum. Long time. How you been?
Hey, Lummy.
Hey, I got a take on this game that gives me a little bit of confidence, and I'm curious to hear you guys' thoughts on it. I've been kind of reading into this a little bit, and it might be a little too tinfoily, but I think Josh Heupel is ticked off in the best way possible. Just going back to the ETSU game, going into halftime, we're up 40-something points, and he's frustrated with his team. And then after the game, there was he got into it a little bit with the opposing head coach, and then, his usual press conference antics. And you reported earlier in the week that he's kind of on another level this week. I think he's supremely confident with the team that he has in a way that I don't know that he's ever really been here before. So I just think he's ticked off in the best way possible. And then you brought up that stat today about, his history with Georgia and, not being able to reach that high water mark and having an average of 18 points. I think he's coaching and scheming and doing everything on a level that we might not have seen him, to this point in his Tennessee tenure.
I do think that Heupel is an ultra competitive guy. I think that's why you see that. Sometimes his agitation after football games when it doesn't go his way. I really do believe that internally they feel like they have an opportunity in this game. And I really do believe they feel like they've gotten with this quarterback trade they've had, that they've gotten pretty lucky. And it gives them a chance in this thing, which is another crazy side to this thing, Lum. It's another crazy side. Because Nico's going to play Friday night in a game. Somebody sent me this yesterday. Like, tickets are going for $11 now, starting at 11. Whereas in Knoxville, if you want a good seat for this game, you better be ready to pay $1,000 on Saturday, on up to, like, some people are asking $3,000 or $4,000 for certain seats in there.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I think it's going to be an excellent game. I feel really confident. On my way out, you're talking about ticket prices. There's the great John Reed just put out a tweet about Vandy fans are online flexing about the get-in price for an away game because they think they're that big of a draw. So that's just a good little chuckle in this Wednesday afternoon. So thanks, Tony. Enjoy the show.
Thank you, my brother. I'll tell you this: Vandy's going to go to South Carolina and win. So, Vanderbilt.
Hey, Tone, I've got a point.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, it's I just an observation from seeing the past 2 weeks, especially this past one. I get the competition again; it's not great, but you and I both spent a lot of time and energy talking about how reluctant we were as a program to go into the transfer market for a wide receiver. We both were very aggressive in our opinions about that, and again, not the top competition, but from what I've seen so far, it may have been safer to have a Zachariah Branch or someone like that. But from what I've seen so far, I really have to give the wide receivers credit. And apparently the coaches knew what they had because those young guys have really stepped up. I was highly encouraged by, Rob Jackson. I was highly encouraged by Travis Smith. Just had one thing. Joachim Dotson caught a ball. And Matthews, I was critical after the first game, but boy, he really turned it on this past week. I'd like your thoughts.
I think that's right. But again, like, Dave and Ackworth called me and was like, well, is it time to apologize for your take in the summer? No, it's not. And here's why. To me, until you get in the field in one of these SEC games, that's why you acquire those guys. That's why all these clubs acquire that top talent. Because when I get on the field with top talent, that's where the proof is in the pudding. So I'm willing to say, Sean, that I'm going to extend my opinion from the summer out one more week, because these Georgia, if you do it against these Georgia guys, then all of a sudden, hey, we've really improved as a unit, and they guessed right. But if you're locked down in this Georgia game and you're bogged down in this Georgia game and you can't get off the line of scrimmage, then somebody like me can still look you in the eye and say, hey, man, at a school like this, when you got the budget we have, you need to go out and get players in the offseason. That's all.
Yeah, understand that I'm not putting I'm not putting a
just
figurative thumb in your eye or
I'm just saying, Sean, let's play somebody. And then but I will tell you this.
Exactly.
But I will tell you this. You said it earlier. They've been very crisp. They've been very clean. They've been doing things with the receivers they haven't done in the last couple of years. And the young kids, this Rodarius Jackson guy, we heard about and saw him back in the spring. And what I hear about him is he is going to be a really nice player here. But,
the interesting thing about him is that, we heard it all about Ryan Williams. Jackson is 17.
There you go.
And I mean, he's just got his best football ahead of him.
Yep.
So it's anyway, the point being that I was greatly concerned about the wide receivers. I know your take. I'm not going to set Georgia as the standard because none of our receivers over the past 5 or 6 years have been able to get off the line against them.
Well, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
So, I mean,
let the season play out.
The last guy to get off the line was Juwan Jennings.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's a big-time NFL player.
Yeah.
But anyway, I wanted to give them, as the kids say, a shout-out because I thought they've looked better than I anticipated.
The thing about these teams and these units, and I'm just coming to this conclusion, I don't know, like, certain rooms, like we say now, we say units, now we say rooms. I don't know that you know what you have till you play 5 or 6 of these games. Because I don't know how you can base anything off the past couple weeks. Besides, you're crisp, you're clean, you're well coached. And like a previous caller just said, Heupel's urinated off at halftime and you're hammering somebody. Because that's hard coaching, which I like. We're not here to celebrate results. Back to the phones we go. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
What's up, town? It's Watts Bar Terry.
Hey, T. Good to talk to you, buddy.
Absolutely. Beautiful day here in East Tennessee.
Oh, but it's a great day to be on the lakeways and the waterways, my man.
Woo! I'll get to that here in a moment. But, hey, I just wanted to kind of chime in. This is the first time in a while heading into like a big game weekend that I've had kind of zero kind of silent deep apathy for the Vols. For the past couple of years, just given the landscape of college football, given some of the coaching stuff we went through, kind of given all the stuff we've been through, I'd always get up for games, but I'd always go in just wait for the other shoe to drop. And this team, maybe outside of the 2021 team, is a team that I think is so much more worth rooting for than any team that we've had in a long time. Honestly, one that I can remember. If you listen to some of the mic'd up stuff they did with Aaron Carter and just some of the pregame stuff, and you watch how they manage their stuff off the field. I mean, you had the Boo Carter situation. You obviously had the Nico situation and Brazel's deal, but for the most part, we haven't had all the off the field issues, and I think we've got some real leaders on this team, Aaron Carter included. On the Boo Carter thing, it may turn out to be a great success if he realizes kind of what he's got and stays the course. I mean, he's going to be extremely instrumental for our team, and he's going to be extremely instrumental in the next level if he can keep his head on straight. And I hope that situation turns into a real positive for him as a leader. I'm just real excited for the weekend. I hadn't headed into a weekend like this since I was probably a kid, without any kind of cautious pessimism. kind of headed into this one more with that old pride that we have kind of in our coach and in our team and our players. So I'm just behind these guys no matter what this weekend, which I couldn't say for a long time. So really rooting for Heupel to get it done like never before, really. So I'm so fired up. I got Uncle Tater firing up the boat. We're coming to see you Friday.
Love it, brother. Thank you. I look forward to it. The great Watts Bar Terry, he'll be down there at Calhoun's on the river. No doubt with 8x10s for him to sign part of his what we like to call his tour of generosity. He's on a generosity tour. The kids from Amachi will never forget what he did with Tac Air Spike and those tickets back in the day. So Watts Bar Terry, thank you. In the meantime, we come back at 865-200-5402 if you want to join us. Taking you up to the next portion as we fan run with the great Chase Thomas, and we'll do a little TLD Logistics Overdrive overtime. Today, I've got to go see the spine doctor. I'm going to see the spine surgeon this afternoon, so see what they can tell me about my back. Healthcare in America, you got to writhe around in pain for like 9 weeks. Got to writhe around in pain for 9 weeks now before you can get in and see somebody. More after this. Are you stuck in a dead-end job or ready for a new challenge? Do you feel like it's time to try a new career? Well, it's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. My friends at TLD Logistics have some really exciting opportunities for you to learn a new skill. With a new 5-acre driving academy that's now under new leadership with all new course material. And the best part, it's absolutely free. What a great deal to set you on the road to higher pay. And TLD Logistics even offers weekly stipends to offset food and gas expenses. In 6 weeks' time, you could complete this course and be in compliance with FMCSA regulations. Then you're ready for the open road of opportunity. What are you waiting for? It's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. Visit tldlogistics.com. That's tldlogistics.com. TLD Logistics.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today. Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
VIP Play coming soon. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Must be 21 plus and located in Tennessee to bet.
TB here for Cedar Bluff Plumbing, a live and local company that's been serving our area for over 32 years and counting because every customer counts, and I mean no job is too small. Cedar Bluff Plumbing just voted #1 by City View magazine because multiple plumbing experts are on call to serve all your plumbing needs. Chances are there'll be a plumber in your area when you call, and they won't send some salesman to your house. You're going to get a high character, trustworthy, highly trained plumber who will serve you, not like some of these guys that look like they came off the set of America's Most Wanted. Cedar Bluff Plumbing is Basilio tested and approved and will go the extra mile for you because Chucky Mack is a servant of the people and my consigliere to the throne, celebrating over 32 years of serving living volunteers. Cedar Bluff Plumbing. Call 588-4448. That's 588-4448. Cedar Bluff Plumbing.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Chilio here, and my friends at Carnes Motor Company started with a dream over a quarter century ago. I met Rob and Brian back when I still had hair, and they were working at a huge dealership in West Knoxville. But they told me back then they wanted to sell cars on their terms, and I wanted to do radio on my terms. Their terms, just like my terms, are ultimately your terms. In both cases, you're the winner. A Car Guru's National Award winner with a 5-star rating on all sites, just like our Vols. Everything about buying a car from Carnes Motor Company is no hassle. They specialize in high-quality pre-owned vehicles between the $5,000 to $25,000 range. And if you need to sell a car, they'll either buy your car or they'll help you sell it. Carnes Motor Company also has a top-notch service department. Therefore, every vehicle is rigorously inspected and serviced prior to delivery. So you're guaranteed to get a quality pre-owned vehicle every time. If you need a place for service, they've got you covered. Come be a part of the Carnes Motor Company family and tell them you heard about it from B. Online at carnesmotor.com. Oak Ridge Highway, 1 mile past the Carnes light. Carnes Motor Company. Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders. Fly with Calhoun's wings or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces. Award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw. Available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good. Basilio here reminding you that when you want to sell your extra tickets to the game, you don't want to give your life away online with all your personal information just because you want to sell a few extra tickets. Clark Moore at Select Ticket Service will gladly buy your extra game tickets and your extra parking passes. And the best part? Clarky Boy pays cash. 865-919-1016. 865-919-1016. Clarky Boy pays cash at Select Ticket Service. Clarky Boy pays cash. Let's go. Tony B back with you. 865-200-5402. Fired up with you. I mean, we got this thing stacked, packed, and jacked. All lines are currently jammed as they will stay throughout. We're heading for a TLD Logistics Overdrive overtime on our end. The great Chase Thomas will get you on the Fanrun side, and we do our thing here. Let's go back to the phones. It's a beautiful thing. We go back to our phones at 865-200-5402 if you want to get in the hunt in the mix with us. And round and round she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. Saturday's going to be very interesting. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey, what's up, Tony? Joshy.
Wingsy.
Guys, there's a reason why USC let Zechariah Branch walk, because they got 2 better wide receivers than him, Malachi Lemon and Jacoby Lane.
Agreed.
So
Branch is an interesting piece because he is a guy that's really more of a punt returner playmaker than he is a finished wide receiver.
Right. So, Tony, I know Heupel has not reached 20 points since he has played Georgia, since he's been at Tennessee. Do you think this is the week he gets 20-plus against Georgia?
I don't know. It feels like Tennessee's going to have to score more than 20 to win this game.
Yeah.
I definitely believe that. Sean, you made a really good. Sean made a good.
The key number's 35. I think the key number's 35 plus.
Oh, there you go. I'll tell you this. Talking to my boy C last night, he'll be with us tomorrow. He thinks this thing's going to be a high-scoring football game. He doesn't know if Tennessee's going to be able to stop them from making big plays. And he doesn't know if Georgia's going to be able to handle Tennessee. He thinks the track and the spot might be conducive for this thing to being high scoring, which is kind of an interesting take. Truth is, on this game, you can tell me anything's going to happen, and I'm going to believe you. You can tell me anything. You can tell me we whack them. You can tell me they whack us. You could tell me it's low scoring and it's a close game and it's a defensive game. You could tell me it's high scoring. If I'm gambling on this game, I'm abstaining because I don't know what's going to happen in this game. I don't know how anybody does.
Feel like that number is really low, Tony. That over under 49.5.
Sure is.
Yeah. So did they make a rule change between that, Tony? If you shift, is that a penalty on the defensive line now?
Well, that's been, you can't induce a false start. Okay. Yeah, that's been a penalty.
So we won't probably see that much from Georgia Saturday, will we?
Them jumping at us?
Yes.
I don't know. Is it going to be enforced?
Yeah, is it going to be enforced?
Right? Like Sean was talking about that before, the whole concept of the haves and the have-nots.
Right.
Yeah, what about the chop blocks that they always do? High, shy, tuttle. Brandon Blano.
Yep.
And I'm also the key number, I think, Tone, for the running back Saturday is going to be 100 plus. That's for combined is what I'm thinking. Key number for the
combined rushing.
Yes.
Stay right there, Josh. I want you to unpack some more key numbers for me. And then we're going to get some more calls in. In the meantime, the great Chase Thomas, the chase is on, is up next. We love you. God bless. G to the B to the O. And take Devo. I'll be on with Dubsy Smith tomorrow. It's going to be unbelievable, Andy. Tomorrow, we got a stack pack show. Aaron Murray and more will be here. Peace. We love you. God bless.
You're listening to FM